Hello FantasyDaddy.com viewers, it's Bo Furtick alongside James Boyer, and today we're talking quarterback sleepers. We're going to rank the top 7 sleepers at the quarterback position. A few names we'll be mentioning were once heralded as top QBs. They have taken a step back now, a back seat because of dual threat quarterbacks, like our number 7 quarterback, our number 7 sleeper, Jake Locker.
Yeah, Jake Locker. Never finished a season as a quarterback, and I think this year he does it with the newly acquired offensive coordinator who's been in the system already. And Logains, I think he definitely gets a little bit more leadway as far as being able to run the ball a little bit more, which he's shown at Washington that he could do, and as well as his first couple seasons here at Tennessee.
Yeah, we have him at number 7 because he's not a passing threat, but his feet is what's going to do the work for him. He has receivers, Kenny Britt, Kendall Wright, Nate Washington, CJ2K in the backfield. He could put up good numbers in that Tennessee Titan offense. Like you mentioned, Logains, been in the system for a while. He should help out Jake Locker in his 3rd year. At number 6, from St. Louis, 2010 overall, number 1 selection, Sam Bradford.
Yeah, Sam Bradford. I'm looking for Sam Bradford to have a breakout year. This is his team now. No Steven Jackson, newly acquired receiver in Tavon Austin. Nobody really in the backfield. Darrell Richardson, Isaiah Peed. He's going to be able to take the ball into his reins and be able to show what he's got. Last year he had 3,700 yards. His still completion percentage over his career is still under 60%, so that's kind of a concern for me. We'll see with him. He had 21 touchdowns last season. I say around the same this season. 25 tops for Sammy Bradford.
I like 25 touchdowns. He has had problems holding on to the ball. That was one of his big downfalls from the past couple of seasons. Tavon Austin in the slot, I think that helps him out a lot this year. And like you said, it's his team this year. It's his time to shine. That's why we have him at number 6 on our countdown. At number 5, a little conflict between me and James at number 5 and 4. I have Andy Dalton at 5, Josh Freeman at 4. You have it reversed. Tell me why you think Josh Freeman's going to be 5 this year.
Yeah, Josh Freeman, just efficiency. I would say one of the main things I have and concern I have for him. He has plenty of weapons. Vincent Jackson, Mike Williams, Doug Martin. I just think that over the years, his completion percentage of his career is 58%. He did throw for 27 touchdowns last season and over 4,000 yards, but I think part of that was because he was down so much. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers were down so much. And he had 17 interceptions last season with 8 fumbles. So, he's got to be able to take care of the ball this season, and I don't really see that.
He still clips 4,000 passing yards, over 25 passing touchdowns, good numbers, and he only threw for 55%. He only completed 55% of the balls.
Yeah.
So I think it gets closer to 60%, which I think he will this year. 30 touchdowns, over 4,000 passing yards. Ooh. With that passing attack, I really think he could put those numbers.
Wow.
That's why I have him at 4. And Andy Dalton at 5, I don't like the tools. I love A.J. Green, don't get me wrong, top receiver in the league, but that's really all he has.
Yeah, actually, Andy Dalton, he completed over 62% of his passes last season, and that's what you're looking for is efficiency. He had the same amount of touchdowns as Josh Freeman did last season, and that's doing it without being down, because Cincinnati they're some contenders. He did throw for 16 interceptions and had 4 fumbles, which is, any young quarterback's going to have that, but this is his 3rd season in the league. I look for Andy Dalton and A.J. Green and the rest of those guys over there to have a big year. Playoffs, maybe even more.
He's been in the playoffs. He was in the playoffs his rookie season, I believe. Yeah. Fantasy Daddy has him projected at 3,900 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, which I think is about right for Andy Dalton. At number 3, Kansas City quarterback Alex Smith.
Yes, Alex Smith. Last year, it's kind of bad luck for Alex Smith last season. And Colin Kaepernick kind of came in, said, "This is my team." During that 10-game span while he was playing, he completed more passes than anyone else, 70% during that 10-game span. He's never really eclipsed over 3,200 yards in a season. I think this year he does that. He's going to get over 20 touchdowns, which he's never done in his career either. A lot of weapons, Dwayne Bowe, Jamal Charles, new coach in Andy Reid. That Kansas City Chiefs team is going to be pretty exciting to watch this year.
ESPN has him ranked as the 25th quarterback, Fantasy Daddy the 26th quarterback. New offense coordinator, 2 top receivers, first-round receivers, Jonathan Baldwin, Dwayne Bowe, who I think is going to have a good year. Jamal Charles out of the backfield, relieve some of that pressure from Alex Smith. 70% completion percentage last year before he got knocked down. I think he has something to prove, and that's why we have him as our number 3 sleeper this year in 2013. Our number 2 sleeper, ESPN has him at 19th, Fantasy Daddy, 24th ranked quarterback, Chicago Bear quarterback, Jay Cutler.
Yeah, Jay Cutler over the past 3 seasons has really been not able to showcase what he actually can do.
Right.
Over the past 3 seasons, he had less than 450 attempts, and that's part of the Lovie Smith. How should I go? Lovie Smith's way of playing. Tressman is the new offensive coordinator over there. He likes to throw the ball. He was back with 2002 with Rich Gannon when they made it to the Super Bowl, as well as back with Steve Young in the 90s when they were going there. So he's going to want to throw the ball. I look for Jay Cutler to have a bigger season this year. Completion percentage has always been low with Cutler. He's had shown that he's thrown it. He can throw a lot of interceptions. So it's going to be interesting. I like Cutler, but I think he's a little high on this list, bro.
You go from a defensive coordinator, and he's at number 2 because of me. He went from a defensive coordinator, Lovie Smith, to an offensive coordinator as head coach, Mark Tressman. His big year, 4,500 passing yards, and some touchdowns to go with that. It was like 27 or something like that.
Yeah, he actually had 25 touchdowns. You're right.
25 touchdowns. Big year, and that's because he had a pass-happy caller. Now with Mark Tressman, gets the same. I see similar numbers, over 4,500 passing yards because he gets those attempts with Tressman. Give me 25 to 30 touchdowns, and that's why we have him so high on our sleeper board, is because he's ranked so low. The top 15 quarterback, I believe, this year.
He's a gunslinger.
And our number 1 quarterback, our number 1 sleeper in 2013, none other than Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers, you talk about efficiency. Last year, I know Phillip Rivers threw the most interceptions in the league, and most turnovers in the league for that matter. This year, Phillip Rivers is going to have a bounce back year. Phillip Rivers, before last year, had 4 consecutive seasons over 4,000 yards. Never in his career has he had a less than 60% completion rating than any other quarterback. I look for Phillip Rivers to have a big year again. His ball security is a big thing. He's got a lot of weapons. And Denard Alexander, Keenan Allen, and Vincent Brown coming back here. New offensive coordinator and Ken Wisenhunt, and a new head coach in Mike McCoy. And you saw what Mike McCoy did with Denver. He made Tim Tebow a winner. He's a smart coach. He's able to figure out what the team's needs are and go from there.
What they're good at and use that as an attack.
Exactly. And I think they're going to need a lot of dink and dunks, getting the ball out quick, because their offensive coordinator or offensive line is not that great.
Right.
And you saw how that affected Rivers last season.
Right, that was one of his downfalls last year. Rivers holding on to the ball just way too much. I think the depth at receiver, quality depth, I believe the best, as far as from the 1, Denard Alexander, to the 5, Robert Meacham, I like that depth. It's probably the best depth Phillip Rivers has had in a San Diego Charger uni. The 6th rated passer in NFL history. I just don't see how you could look past that. Off year last year, comes back, has something to prove, new offensive coordinator. And I think it's good things for Phillip Rivers in 2013. Make sure to check out our other sleeper positions at receiver and running back. And that will do it for this video. James Boyer, Bo Fertig, we'll be back with you later on with our other sleepers on FantasyDaddy.com.